Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here, and I wanted to dive into playing the ACW American Civil War 2.5 mod for Napoleon Total War. And so I thought I'd start with a small battle, one that has a little bit of historical significance in my own family. This is the Battle of Kernstown, which was fought near Winchester, Virginia on March 23rd, 1862. It was part of Stonewall Jackson's Valley campaign. It was actually Stonewall Jackson's only defeat among the battles of the Valley campaign. Now, it didn't have any impact strategically on the outcome. Jackson still won that campaign handily and earned his reputation in those battles. But this was a Union victory here, and it's significant for me because my great-great-great-grandmother had 4 brothers who fought at this battle in Company C of the 1st West Virginia Infantry, and one of those brothers, a young man by the name of Frederick Stillwagon, he was only 18 years old, was killed at the Battle of Kernstown. And I looked around trying to find them, and I found the 1st West Virginia right here over in the corner of the map. So there's my 4 uncles kind of hidden among those troops here. I've gone with medium size for the infantry units. So if you are a person who is concerned about how well your computer can perform on this game, because it can get pretty taxing on your system with some of the larger scenarios, especially the ones that end up with 25,000 men on the field, this is a good one because this is actually a pretty small battle for the ACW mod. So I'm playing this. You go into the multiplayer mode, you select a local game, and then host that local game, choose a scenario. And I've chosen Kernstown and chosen to be the defenders, which in this case are the Union. So I'm going to go ahead and get my army into position and ready to receive the attack from the Confederates, and then we'll see how it plays out. All right, well, he's got his troops into position much faster than I expected him to, which means I couldn't get mine where I wanted them in time. I wanted to extend my battle line right here so that the majority of my forces were anchored in these woods, but it just didn't happen because he rushed over to that side where I couldn't quite get there in time. Move these infantry so that they're next to this battery, and then we gotta get this battery unlimbered so they can start firing. The artillery's got insanely short range in this battle, and I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's only until they're unlimbered. Maybe it'll work out better after that. We'll see. But here we go. I rushed these guys up here as quickly as I could. And you can see they're about to get into position. So, see what I mean? The artillery here, they're just insanely short-ranged. And these look like they're rifled guns. So I'm really not sure what that's about, because usually there's good range to the artillery in this game. Alright, how come these guys are already... Interesting. Alright, 84th Pennsylvania is the first to engage the enemy. I've got them tucked in behind these trees, hoping to get at least a little bit of cover. I've got 4 regiments working their way up. Let's get them going a little faster. Okay, and here comes the 1st West Virginia. My uncles are in the action now.
Infantry reporting. Right away.
So it looks like the engaging is going to happen on my right flank first. Interesting that these Confederates seem to be trying to move their position right in front of them. Alright, 1st West Virginia, let's pour it into them, boys. Yeah. We finally got these other units into position as well. I think I'm going to shift. Nah, I guess we'll be okay this way. Yeah, you know what? I am going to shift these guys over here. to get some additional fire on this side. Maybe we can break these units quickly before the center's even engaged. We're pretty close to the historic battle lines for this battle. I believe, if I'm looking at this map right, that this is pretty much where it actually happened. It's definitely a very good recreation of the actual battlefield, just as all of the maps are on this ACW mod. They've really done a phenomenal job at doing their best to recreate what it looked like at these battles. These guys have only lost 10 men so far in the 84th PA. Looks like he's pulled back a little. No, he hasn't pulled back. He's got additional regiments coming in. Where's my artillery, and why aren't they firing yet? See what I mean about the range? Okay, these guys will be in range pretty soon, though. My whole left flank doesn't appear like it's going to really be engaged, so we might be able to fold them around and try to flank him. See how the 1st West Virginia's doing. So far, so good. They lost 37 men of their 413, but they... wow, they've taken down the 4th Virginia from the Stonewall Brigade by half. I think we're probably going to throw them back here pretty soon. And we've got another regiment about to get into position. You know what? Honestly, with the numbers that I've got here, this might be a good opportunity for melee combat. Although we may throw them back before that even happens. Alright, we're finally going to get this other brigade in. Other regiment. I keep saying brigades because I'm used to Ultimate General Civil War, and that's what you have there. Come on, boys, get moving faster. That is another 500 men about to pour into this 121. He does have some decent artillery going for him, and you can see he's starting to load up on the men on this side. But so far, so good, all along the line. And I feel like we can probably go ahead and start shifting some units over because my left flank seems to be pretty much untouched. So I'm going to go ahead and advance with my left. We're going to bring these guys up. Maybe get some flanking fire on this 48th Virginia right here. Oh yeah. 1st West Virginia is getting in nice and close now, and they've driven off what's left of the 4th Virginia. So now that means we get to move in, and you can see that his whole flank's just collapsing now over here. Alright, he does have some more. Oh, those are his artillery units. I have no cavalry here, so there's not really a whole lot I can do about that. I could send the 1st West Virginia over to deal with them, but they're going to take some casualties in the process. I'm a little worried if these guys rally and then they become a thorn in my side at some point. Let's go ahead and turn this flank over a little bit. Oh, here comes the artillery. Ooh. Alright, things are getting heavy in the center now. In fact, it's not going real well right now for the 84th PA. They've taken some pretty heavy casualties. I'm a little concerned about that. Wow. Oh, he's got cavalry. Yeah, he may break my center. In fact, he probably will break my center.
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, I figured they might. Oh boy, where's my generals? Here's General Shields. General Banks is the commander. What is he doing out in front of his men?
Following order. Stop.
Alright, now my artillery gets to get in on the action a little bit. Oh, yeah. Man, that artillery just tore the 5th Virginia to shreds. Come on, 7th Indiana. Pour it into him, guys. Oh, yeah.
Our men are running.
Oh, I just took friendly fire. That was not good. I saw that artillery come in on my own guys. And that's what caused them to break. It's always a concern on this game. I get so used to that not being an issue on Ultimate General Civil War that I forget it's most definitely an issue on this game. Let's shift these guys over this way a little bit. Alright, we gotta bring these guys in.
Infantry reporting. Close the shooting range. Infantry reporting.
Let's bring these 2 regiments over here.
Infantry elite.
Here comes the cavalry, and they're gonna hit my 1st West Virginia. Oh boy. Oh man. That was brutal. Oh that's his artillery. Oh, that was a mistake, dude. Oh, he broke through my line here. There we go. Oh, look at that canister fire. These guys are just being ripped to shreds. Jeez. Let's watch this a little more.
Our men are running, sir.
Well, yeah, I can see why they'd be running. Come on, Ohio boys.
Infantry reporting. Infantry reporting. Infantry reporting.
Man, 1st West Virginia is just taking on the world over here. We're taking out his battery on this side. Yeah, I could have really used some cavalry at this battle.
Infantry elite.
Alright, we'll go ahead and send another regiment over this way. We're still trying to get these guys into position. So he hurled everything he had at my center. And it worked there. But he's pretty weak everywhere else. Why are these guys still facing the wrong way? There you go.
Artillery reporting.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Let's watch this. Oh, completely obliterated the 42nd Virginia. I mean, there's 21 men left, but they disappeared from being a force on the battlefield. Right there. Alright, now we got to deal with the 27th.
Infantry reporting.
Alright, let's get these guys recovered. This wing's still kind of out there, and that's part of the consequence of not having had time to completely get my battle line the way I wanted to. I had to rush that right flank in a little bit. Let's get these guys moved up. We'll bring them up over here. Who's running? You guys. Alright, that's okay. We're about to bypass one of his units here.
Infantry elite. Infantry elite. Infantry elite. Moving out. Infantry reporting. Moving out.
Alright, most of his forces have broken. Let's get these guys running so they can get into position and help out. I gotta keep an eye on this artillery because some of my artillery is still probably not being helpful at the moment.
Await my command. Artillery. Fire on my orders. On my order. Pick your targets. On my order. Pick your targets.
Okay.
My command.
This is really kind of one of the only Confederate units that's still effectively fighting out here. I don't know what's going on here, but let's deal with these guys.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Alright, we'll just stand here and watch it now. What's he got left? 55 men, 54, 52.
Infantry reporting.
Oh yeah, he broke. See what's happening here.
Our men are running, sir.
Not entirely sure why we're just standing here, but let's go deal with these guys.
Right away. Close the shooting.
Oh yeah! Nothing like 340 men charging into a battery. The ground rumbles beneath them. And these guys just stand here and take it. I believe that leaves this battery here, which, you know, the batteries are kind of weird things that don't necessarily do what they're supposed to do on the battlefield. They sometimes act like cavalry and charge into you, but there you have it. Let's just all-out melee assault on these guys to finish this thing off. The real Battle of Kernstown actually had, I'm trying to think of the casualty figures here. It was a significant battle. There were about 7,000 or 8,000 engaged on the Union side, something like 4,000 on the Confederate side. 600 casualties for the Union, so pretty significant. 700 for the Confederates. I have a feeling they may be higher than that on this one. We'll see if the 1,300 or so combined casualties is exceeded in this fight. I think at least on his side it may be. But we'll see how they compare once we wipe out this battery. That'll be the end of it, I think. We'll just kind of speed things along here. There we go. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and end the battle and see how this ended up. Of course, there were victory points on the field, but so there you have the actual casualties. They were higher. Of course, the numbers are lower, but that's because everything is scaled down on this battlefield. But hey, 1st West Virginia, my uncles, they lost half their force, but did all right for themselves. They were taking on several brigades, so they were one of the few units to lose more casualties than they actually inflicted. 7th Ohio, kind of the same thing. But while I took more casualties, I held the ground, and I had a more cohesive force because his attack was just horrible. I guess I didn't take more casualties overall, just in a couple of those key units. But there you have it, the Battle of Kernstown. Some of you have been making suggestions about what battles you'd like me to take on. So let me know. You can use the comment section below. Let me know what battle you'd like to see me do next. I'll try to maybe do one of these a week or so. And at some point, once things settle down around here with my family and my schedule, we'll try to set up some multiplayer matches, and I'll take some of you guys on. So if you're interested in that, a couple of you have already let me know that. Just let me know, and we'll figure out a time and place to make that happen. So as always, please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you again soon. Thanks for watching.